What's going on, everybody? King of Dragons 5000 here, coming at you with another figure review. Today we'll be having a look at the Mcfarlane Toys DC Multiverse Harley Quinn from the Suicide Squad. And so here we have Harley Quinn posing out of the packaging. Before we take a look at the figure, let's actually run through her accessories really fast. Harley Quinn does come with the javelin, which does fit in her hands nicely. We do get the lower torso and legs of the King Shark build figure, which we'll have a better look at when he's all put together. And then finally she does come with a Mcfarlane display stand. Other than that, we don't get anything else with Harley Quinn, which is unfortunate. I would have liked to see some firearms on her, but we all know the story about that. So with that out of the way, guys, let's actually have a closer look at Harley Quinn. And so here we have a closer look at the Mcfarlane DC Multiverse Harley Quinn, and you know what? I really do like the way this figure came out. I'm not a fan of the costume that she's wearing. I think they should have gone with her first outfit in the movie, but this does look a lot like Margot Robbie. I'm not going to lie. Out of the 3 or 4 figures we've had to look at, this is the best likeness, followed by, I think, Peacemaker, and then Polka Dot Man. Obviously can't do Bloodsport, but overall really loving this face sculpt. It is very fantastic. I do feel like her makeup is a little bit too clean. I would have liked to see some more dirtiness in her makeup, like her eyeliner and eyeshadow running. That would have been a little bit better, but as it stands, loving the way the head sculpt came out. Now I do like her hair as well. Really loving the fact that in the movie they finally did the two-tone hair with the red and black. That's a nice little addition to the figure, or to the character I should say. Now, being from the DCEU, she still has her tattoos, which I am really surprised that they did keep, because we saw that Joker didn't have his tattoos in Justice League. But yeah, you can see she has a J right here. I think this was my favorite tattoo that Harley Quinn had. I don't know what it is about that one, but it's really nice. I do like it. Now, one problem I've seen throughout the board is this one tattoo. It says property of no on. It should say property of no one, but they did forget the E on it, so that is unfortunate. I would have liked to see it say property of no one, as it should, but yeah, they obviously did forget to put the E on. I don't know why, but that's just the way it is. You can see she does have her wraps right here on her arms, which do look good. I'm still not a fan of the way the ball joints look on her wrist. They could have made them a little bit smaller and sunk them in a little bit. It's not as atrocious as Dr. Fate, but you know, I still would like these a little more hidden, because these are a little bit of an eyesore when you see them like that. I do like the dress. It's a really nice sculpt, but as you would imagine, it is atrocious when it comes to articulation. This has no cuts in it virtually, and that does cause it to not function as you would expect it to, which is unfortunate. Now, like I said, it is nicely detailed. All the texturing is here. It's nice. I would like to see maybe a little bit of a wash just to give it some dirtiness, but yeah, that's unfortunate. Now, we do have her with her tattoos right here, which I do like the fact that they did include her tattoos. We can see the Joker, then we see Puddin' Cups, then we see PNH Forever, and then we do have, I'm guessing, kill count. That's the only reason I would see her with those, is a kill count. I would like to see her with at least a mallet, and we can include firearms, because those are no items, right? Do like the boots. The boots really do stand out. Now, just like with Peacemaker, not a fan of how they did the ball joints. It's not as atrocious as Peacemaker. Don't get me wrong, Peacemaker had, this is bad, but I think Peacemaker had the worst ball joints out of the bunch, second only to Harley Quinn. But the boots do have some really nice detailing on them. I do like the texturing on them. You can see she does have the laces with the tongue sticking out. So overall, really do like the boots, and one thing I just love, the texturing on the bottom. They didn't texture the toes though. I don't know why they didn't do that. The toes don't have any texturing. Maybe that's how it was in the movie. Maybe not. I don't know. I'm not a scientist. I can't tell you that for a fact, but yeah, not the most expressive costume Harley Quinn has ever worn in the DCEU, but it's still a really nice looking figure. So with that out of the way, guys, let's actually get her posed and compared to other figures you may have in your collection. And so here we have Harley Quinn posed next to a Marvel Legends Cyclops and a DC Multiverse Superman. Here we have Harley Quinn posed next to a WWE Elite Scale figure in a Mezco 1/12 Collective Popeye the Sailor Man. And finally, here we have Harley Quinn posed next to a Lightning Collection White Ranger in a Star Wars Black Series Mandalorian. So with the comparisons out of the way, let's actually move on to her articulation. Harley Quinn does have a double ball joint here in the neck, which does let her look up really nicely. I do like that. She can look down about that far, and she does tilt her head side to side really nicely, as well as do get pivoting, so that is pretty good. I do like that. Turns left and right, no problem as well. Arms are on that ball joint that we've seen in the past, does provide forward and back movement, though not the best we've seen, but it does work, as well as some up and down. All the way around works a little bit. Arms do go out to the side to about right there. She does a full 360, not at all hindered by anything. Do be careful with the pigtails. They don't seem like they're that durable, and they feel like they can break off if you're too rough with them, so just keep that in mind. We do have Bicep Swivel, which works fine. I do like that. Double jointed elbows. Look good, not like Peacemaker, and function really nicely. Ball hinge here at the wrist, which does function up and down. We can rotate that to have in and out movement, and it does rotate on that pin. Now, like I said, they could have hidden this a little bit better, but it's not as atrocious as Dr. Fate. Now, she does have a joint here in the abdomen. I don't know if it's right underneath her chest or if it's right at her waist. I'm trying to feel around right here, and it does feel like the cut is right there. I don't know if you guys can see the plastic bending, but yeah, it does feel like that's where the joint is. As you would imagine, no range forward or back because of how thick this overlay is. Side to side is almost non-existent, and rotation also doesn't exist. Let's see if we can rotate her. Yeah, she does have not thigh rotation, but waist articulation, and her legs unfortunately only go out to about there because this dress is really thick. Like, just look at that. It's fighting me going forward and back. Despite it, you can actually get her legs going about that far forward and out to the side. Forcing it. Yeah, you can kind of force this leg out. This one, not a chance. Just look at how much material it has to go through. She doesn't really have a thigh swivel, unfortunately, but she does have double bend at the knee, which does go all the way back. No rotation at the boot, but we do have rotation at that ball joint. And then we have a hinge, which does go up and back. Forward facing pin, no problem. And then we can rotate that to give her a true rocker ankle. And then, of course, we do have a toe hinge. So overall, I do like the articulation on Harley Quinn. It is hindered by this. I'm pretty sure if you were to cut right here and remove the skirt piece, she would be able to move and function much better. So yeah, that is a little bit unfortunate, but that's the hand we were dealt with this Harley Quinn. So with that out of the way, guys, let's actually get her posed for my final thoughts, and then we'll wrap up this review. And so here we have Harley Quinn posed for my final thoughts, and overall I think Mcfarlane has done a really good job with the source material that they were given. Yeah, it's not the costume I would have gone with making a Harley Quinn. I would have given her the first costume that she had at the beginning of the movie. The black and red probably would have made a more aesthetically pleasing figure. This one does have a nice shelf presence, but it's not at all the figure I would have wanted in my collection. Now, that's not saying I didn't need a Harley Quinn in my DCEU collection for Mcfarlane. I'm just saying that they could have chosen her outfit better. As far as the figure goes, I think it works for what it is. I do feel like they could have done something a little bit different, like making the skirt thinner. I think that would have helped with the articulation, but I guess it would have torn easier. It's one of those give and takes. You make the skirt piece thinner, it's going to tear easier, but she moves around a little bit better. Make it too thick, you're virtually traffic coning her. Other than that, I still feel like the lack of firearms in this wave is hurting this series. Don't get me wrong, I'm perfectly okay with the swords and the javelin, but guns are kind of Harley Quinn's thing, and the fact that neither her nor any other character is starting to get guns is really upsetting to me, because it's taking away from these figures. And I don't want to sound like a broken record, but we kind of do need guns for certain characters, otherwise it doesn't work. And Harley Quinn is one of those figures that you can actually get away with not having a gun, But they even removed the peanut pop gun, which he normally has. So that's one of those. Did they really need to do that? Other than that, I still think this is a fantastic figure in terms of looks. The likeness to Margot Robbie is very good, and it's probably one of the better likenesses that Mcfarlane has done recently. So if you are starting to look for Harley Quinn, she is starting to hit stores at the time I'm making this video, so check your local Walmarts, Targets, Walgreens, online retailers such as Amazon, Big Bad Toy Store, and Entertainment Earth. You will be paying $25 for Harley Quinn because she does have a Build-A-Figure piece, which is pretty standard that we've seen from Mcfarlane. It's not the industry standard, but it's something I've come to live with. With that being said, guys, I'm KingofDragons 5000. Don't forget to like this video, leave a comment, subscribe to my channel. Go ahead and check out all my other action figure reviews as well as all my other DC Multiverse videos. Hopefully you find them informative. As always, if there's a figure you'd like to see me review, let me know down in the comments, and if it's in my collection, I'll gladly take a look at it. While you're at it, check out my Instagram account for new and exciting action figure photos, and as always, ring that bell to be notified every time I upload a video. Until next time, guys, I'll see you later. Take care, everyone.